Today I'll take you through what the process is called ICSI and what are the different steps involved in this process. Now, ICSI stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection. This is an advanced form of IVF where one single sperm is injected into the egg with a specialized machine called a micromanipulator. Usually, this ICSI process is advised for couples where the male partner has got a very low sperm count or low sperm motility. The other reasons or indications for which ICSI is offered is also for some couples who have what is called unexplained subfertility. In some couples, the baseline tests are normal, which is the woman is ovulating, the reserve is good, the tube is functioning well, and the male sperm count is also good. In spite of that, these couples are not able to conceive. This condition is called unexplained subfertility. In some of these couples, the reason that they are not able to conceive is that there is an issue with the fertilization, and in these couples we usually suggest ICSI as the treatment option. So, and the third common indication for ICSI is in men with azospermia. This is a medical condition in which there is no sperm in the semen sample. This is a very common condition among infertile men, and when we see this issue, the treatment we offer is surgical sperm retrieval. Here we can directly take the sperm from the testis using a needle and freeze these sperm for later use in the ICSI process. So, these are some of the common reasons why we offer ICSI process. Now, when we compare ICSI with the traditional IVF, the main difference comes in the fertilization process. So, now in conventional IVF, what we do is we mix the egg and sperm in a dish. So, the sperm is able to get into the egg on its own to make the embryo. This process is called IVF or in vitro fertilization. However, when the sperm count is very low or for some of the factors which we have just discussed, the sperm will not be able to get into the egg to facilitate this fertilization process. And in these couples, we offer ICSI. In ICSI, what we do is using a special machine called micromanipulator, our embryologist or scientist under high magnification, he fixes using a pipette, he fixes the egg, and using the another pipette called the injection pipette, and under high magnification up to 400 times the sperm is magnified, so that we are able to pick a very normally looking sperm, and this is injected into the sperm. So, basically we do the job for the sperm in the lab, and this process is called ICSI, where we are depositing the sperm inside the egg with a special machine and a needle. So, this is basically the difference between ICSI and IVF. In IVF, we mix egg and sperm gets into the egg on its own, whereas in ICSI, we inject the sperm inside the egg to facilitate the fertilization process. So, this is the basic difference between ICSI and IVF. However, the other steps in the process when we talk about IVF, for instance, the ovarian stimulation and the collecting eggs, all this remain the same whether we do IVF or ICSI. Or in other words, from the couple's point of view, there is no difference between IVF and ICSI. What we do in the lab based on the sperm sample or the other indications is what is different. So, let us very briefly go through the different steps in the IVF process, which is the first is ovarian stimulation, where we are going to give medications to get multiple eggs, and the second step is collecting these eggs under sedation, which is a low form of anesthesia, and the third is either we perform the ICSI process where we are going to inject the sperm inside the egg. The third is getting the sperm sample, preparing the sperm sample. Fourth is injecting the sperm sample inside the egg, and the fifth process is the embryo culture, where the embryo is going to culture in our lab up till day 5, and then the last process is this cultured embryo is then going to be replaced inside the uterus, which is called the embryo transfer. So, to perform ICSI, we need highly trained embryologists, and skilled embryologists are able to get best results with ICSI, and in mother to be we have a very highly skilled team of embryologists who perform this process. When we come to the success of results with ICSI as compared to IVF, the success results remain the same. In good clinics, in a high standard clinics, what we are looking at when we look at success rates of ICSI is that is around about 65% when we put 2 day 5 embryos for a woman who is less than 35 years of age, and this is what we are looking at when we do ICSI. And between IVF and ICSI, there is no difference in the success rates. It is only based on the way we fertilize the sperm. Thank you so much for joining me for this to listen about the explanation about the ICSI process. If you have any queries related to this, please reach out to us. Thank you.
Like and subscribe Eagle Media Works.